Hey guys, welcome back. Today I've got another video for you guys. This one on something very new for me is this Revoltech Red Hood Arkham Knight, whatever you want to call him. I think it's just Arkham Knight though. This figure is very interesting though. I've never had a Revoltech or something this fancy before. But yeah, it is a knockoff, guys. I got it from AliExpress. It's not real. Not dropping $100 on this guy or plus. He was like 25, I think. So yeah, I just got him off AliExpress because I wanted to see how I would like having a nice expensive figure without having to pay for one, you know. And I thought this guy was really cool, and Arkham Knight is my favorite Batman game and one of my favorite video games. So I thought he would be cool to have. Let's see, he has a lot of accessories, so I guess we can get into that first. He does have two of these katana swords. They're very beautiful, shiny red. Like, look at that. It comes with two of them. They're the exact same. He holds them okay. Sometimes they'll fall out of his hands, but they're so-so. And then the real thing about this guy is that he can be either the Arkham Knight or Red Hood or fully Red Hood, I don't know. But, so technically this head is an accessory. He comes with two heads. These shoulder pads are accessories. These arms, these biceps, this whole bicep will come off. This little red gauntlet piece comes off. The whole chest plate comes off. And the knee pads come off. Let's take a look at the alternate accessories for the Arkham Knight here. So here's the alternate head. It looks pretty okay. This is kind of the weakest part. I really like Arkham Knight, but they kind of did this guy dirty. It's just a blue with the eyes are kind of painted. There's none of the digitalized stuff. Doesn't look like a screen or anything. And on mine, the horns, this one was glued a little off. So if you can see, it's more bent than the other, and that's not just because of like from it being bent over. That's just how it is glued on there, unfortunately. Then he also has this little neck piece that's like a collar that should go on him, but I took it off because it gives him more range of motion on his head. And his other chest plates, he comes with his Arkham Knight one and his fully Red Hood one, not his like transformed Arkham Knight. He's got a lot of hands, two like open splayed hands. He's got two gripping hands. They have a trigger finger on them. Then he has a pair of fists and a pair of pointing. This one is like, hey, you over there. This one is more for talking on his headset. Then it comes with two knives as well. They're pretty okay. I mean, nothing much to say. He doesn't have these or the swords in the game or anything, but it's okay. Too bad they didn't have any guns. These little blue things are what go on his gauntlets there. I'll try and show you some of the transformation stuff, just so you know what it's like. Then he has his knee pads, his shoulder pads, and there's those extra biceps. Might have already said that. And he comes with one extra peg, which is very nice of a knockoff to include. And then I also just wanted to show you guys these real quick. These are just like some extra guns I had lying around from like gun packs, and they actually work really good with him because he doesn't come with any weapons aside from his knives and his swords. So it's nice to have these. Just give you guys the idea that if you have your own stuff laying around, it might work. Okay, now we're gonna go. We'll show you his articulation a little bit before we show you how to transform him. So his head moves a lot. This figure is really good at moving. It's got some crazy articulation that I've never seen before on a figure. And kind of for that reason, no, actually that's not the reason I don't like it. It's really cool, but there are some things that I do not like about this figure, And he's just kind of been sitting on my desk for like 2 weeks since I got him. I haven't been able to mess around with him much because I don't love him that much, which is very unfortunate. That doesn't happen very often for me with figures, but you know, it does happen. So his shoulders, I mean, they're just so crazy, so much movement. I don't even really need to show you everything. I'm just gonna say how crazy it is. But the only problem with that is that the proportions are a little weird. So like you can always see this giant ball here, but that's okay. That's like the point of Yamaguchi's, is just get them in some crazy animated poses, and it looks great doing them. But yeah, his elbows are just a single ball joint, but he can go all the way up to his shoulders, more than, I mean, yeah, all the way up. But then again, it makes those proportions look a little weird because no one's elbow looks like that. His crunch is craziness. Look at that, like 90 degrees. There goes his sword. I didn't even touch his hand. It just fell out. His legs are really weird. I don't really know how to explain them, but it's got crazy motion. I mean, what the? And his knees, there's a reason I don't like this figure so much. His knees are just a single joint as well, but crazy movement. His ankles are pretty good too. One thing though about these toes, I did get this figure wet, and those are already rusty after just one time. So just be aware of that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna zoom this guy out a little bit so he can show you some stuff. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He looks great. He can move really, really well. But now I'm gonna get into the part I do not like. Is all these alternate things fall off really easy. These shoulder pads, not so much, but they do come off. Maybe I gotta zoom back in. They do come off. There's that, see that hole in his shoulder? Ugh. Just a nub there on the shoulder pad. And so that can stick on. And it does, you can like pivot it. But that is how you interchange those. Let me try and get it back on there. I mean, it goes on, those go on really easy, which is nice. These bicep pieces are the biggest pain in the butt ever. Otherwise, I would love this switching gimmick a lot more if it wasn't for these pieces, because you have to remove the entire bicep, which up here at the shoulder, it's on a swivel. So it's a pain in the butt to get that swivel off. And then down here, you have to pull it out of the ball joint, and it's really hard to get to stick that peg back into this shoulder, bicep, whatever, again. So that's really sad. I do not love that piece. These gauntlets are a lot easier. You just kind of stick your nail under there, and it'll come back out. Just slides right in there, and it stays in really well. Thank goodness. Head just pops off. That's really easy to get on and off. The chest piece is also pretty easy to get on and off, and it doesn't really fall off. This bar kind of just slides there into his chest, and it stays. So pretty cool. I'll show you what the other Red Hood looks like there. Ta-da. Not my favorite. It's kind of plain for how nice the paints are on the other two chest plates. Then the last piece that can come off is these knee pads, which they are just on this little peg here, which is the same as a wrist peg. And let me find that red piece. Okay. You see that weird looking hole thing there on the red part? Is just gonna slide over this. And I do not really like how they did these at all, because like I said, it falls off really easily, and there's not much of a point to having the articulation to it aside from it falling off even easier. So because it's on that wrist peg, it can kind of come out, go in a little bit, but not really. It can slide side to side, but yeah. And then my real least favorite part about this is the hands. They are just not, they don't stay on very well. Especially these gripping hands, which is the ones I would use the most, because It's way more fun to have him holding his weapons. The slot for this is like way up inside of his thumb, so you don't get a lot of range of motion in it. I'm just not very good at swapping hands either, so, you know, you can kind of blame me a little bit. But I don't know, it's just, all these pieces fall off so easily. His wrists, and especially his knees and his wrists are the main thing. I can't really, like, play with him or anything, or do something fun, pose him, without everything falling off and worrying about losing pieces and putting them back on like every 30 seconds. It's just sad. So, for being a knockoff of a really, really cool figure with really good posing, I think I'm happy to have it, because you can just do some crazy cool stuff with him. However, I don't know if he's really that great for me, because of all these accessories he comes with are super cool. But most of them I'm really never going to use, because I'm not going to be changing this guy into the Arkham Knight too often. I'm not going to be swapping his hands too often. And that's his accessories. I mean, he's got swords and knives, sure. But, I don't know, little lackluster for me. Those falling off pieces are really what brings it down in my books. Like I said though, happy to have it because he's fun to pose, and I'm glad I didn't spend $100 on a real one. But, I don't know, it's kind of up to you what you like. If you're fine with, if you like paying for like pretty much 2 figures for the price of one, getting to swap all these pieces out, go ahead, because he's so fun to pose. You can get him to do awesome stuff. But I think I just like having a basic figure that will hold up and still do some decent posing, and that's really it. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of up to you guys. Not my favorite figure, but also it's still not bad. It's still not bad. Anywho, I think that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys stopping in, and I'll see you later. Bye.